asked the Infinite Mother whether or not there are, in fact, other forms that were tried, because her form is humanoid. And she said many, 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 in fact the words she used were trillions, of forms have been tried. It was found to be the most effective to have the humanoid appearance. Perhaps it was that which delighted the mother the most. But so it was settled on, and it became her appearance. Her firstborn were created, therefore, in her image. Who were those firstborn? Well, the answer of what was in the dream, so that we can understand this, is different now. We have exited the dream as of end October, beginning November 2008. We are no longer in that ball of mirrors. And in exiting the dream, all of us were created at once. In 1 nanosecond, all of creation worthy of life at the higher levels outside of the dream were created. There are no firstborn. But within the dream, there were. And the reason the individuations grew more and more and more was that each time a contradiction came yet again to the Infinite Mother, another shattering was formed and more spheres were created. But initially, it started with the 19 spheres inside the 20th, and then more and more developed until there was 144. When there were 144 spheres, the firstborn, the pillars of Mother's temple, were created. The sons and daughters of the throne, the gods and goddesses of Aga Wavanti. It was imperative within the dream that to keep things alive in the mirror, they had to pulse with something. And so at that time, the mother created a male that she pulsed with in those deep stages of the dream, the one we came to know as God the Father. He is no more the firstborn, in that he has been born the same moment as the rest of life. The true God the Father was actually the ball of mirrors, the masculine component, because the true God the Father and the true God the Mother had to have one criteria for them to be real versus others who were not real. They had no beginning and they never have an end. So it became that the 144, more was created after that by the Infinite Mother, and eventually there was 1,440. Then there was 144,000. And from them came humanity. From humanity, as we have read in The Gift of the Unicorns, as well as in Opening the Doors of Heaven, the revelations of the mysteries of Isis, there were in fact multiple races that came from earth races, and from them came other races. Because first of all, there were 32 root races created from the human race. And then eventually there were 96 root races, and from the root races, other factions within occurred. But where is it that such enormous illusion developed? Well, strangely enough, it is because untapped potential was never recognized for what it was: unyielded light. Light is that which is already known. If potential therefore is untapped, we find that it is the unknown. The unknown is illusion. We furthermore find that even though the mother was looking in the mirror at her creations and at her aspects or mirror images as the whole, none of these were actually clearly mirroring what the mother was. If you hold a newspaper up to the mirror, it mirrors it backwards. So we find that in the backwards mirroring that was happening through Mother's creations, if you will, and her aspects, she could not understand why things seemed like that which she was not. So there were portions of the mirroring environment around her that she did not know whether it was her or whether it was not. It was only in August of 2006 that the mother had determined all that was her and all that she definitely was not. But to determine that, to find out if it was real, if it really was her, or if it was backwards, another question arose. And yet again, innocence was shattered. And the question was, is this life-enhancing or is it not? There's now only one question in the cosmos. What is life-enhancing and what is more life-enhancing? But when that arose, it became the formation of intelligence. This question had already been asked before, but as it continued to be an issue, intelligence became reason and reason became the dictator. In other words, we became obsessive about having to know. And this having to know gave birth to the tyranny of the surface mind. But the potential held in the hearts of those first creations were like lenses through which she shone her light. And onto a screen, that which were little tiny occlusions made up of unyielded potential, which in fact was like a shadow, created large shadows on the screen. But the screen itself was another lens, and as the light shone through it, they became larger and larger and larger, until the small occlusions, the unyielded potential in the hearts of those original pillars of Mother's temple, her first created, became very massive, unreal illusions mirrored throughout the cosmos.